we are still in Ezekiel. And Ezekiel 16:35 is like 10 words long. It says, "Wherefore, O harlot, hear the word of the Lord." And I came to this one because yesterday we talked about the heart of God, and he doesn't take pleasure in our discipline. He doesn't take pleasure in us being disciplined. Let me say it that way. He doesn't take pleasure in our being in death, being separated from him, in the hardships, etc., that end up coming on us because of our wrong choices. Now, the very same God is a very jealous God. And in Ezekiel, you find Israel, boy, he goes up one side and down the other of them over and over again. He calls them a harlot, which in translation, I looked up the Hebrew. It's just is to commit adultery, to cheat, to be unfaithful. And he called Israel a harlot on more than one occasion going through Ezekiel. At one point, he's even like, and it's like, you're a harlot, but you're not a good harlot. You're doing it backwards. And my brain went reverse harlot, because he said, you're just giving away everything to all of these suitors or all of these lovers, and you're paying them instead of them paying you. And boy, he let Israel have it. So what was Israel doing? Idol worship. Israel was fully engaged in worshiping, in honoring, in all the things, the gods and the idols and the magic or whatever of the other countries. They had completely turned their heart away from the Lord that set them free, that took them out of Egypt, that set them up, that taught them how to be victorious. And they were chasing little men made of stone or wood and the things that the other countries were doing. And I mean, it was kind of like the flavor of the month. Whatever this country is doing, let's do that. Whatever this country is doing, let's do that. So we can make friends and gain favor and do all the things. And he said, you harlot, look at what you're doing. You've been unfaithful to me. And he was rendering judgment. The same God who does take no pleasure in you being separated from him because of poor decisions, the same God that does not want you to be separated from him, does not want you to suffer or die, is the very same one that is also very jealous. You know, Jesus said either you're for me or you're against me. There's no gray area. And one of the lies that the enemy tricks us into is, well, God understands how I am. He may understand, doesn't change the truth. You know, the word says what the word says, and it's just that simple. There are no maybes, ifs, ands, or buts. If he said, do not lie, there's no such thing as a good lie. Well, you know, a white lie. Nope, still a lie. I mean, it's just that simple. Cheating, well, I didn't actually, sleep with that person. I didn't cheat on my spouse because we weren't making out or anything. Was your attention focused on them and taken away from your spouse? Was your heart going in the wrong direction? Were you giving time, affection, and energy to somebody other than your spouse that belongs to your spouse? You cheated. Jesus said, if you've looked upon a woman and lusted after her in your heart, then you've committed adultery. You're guilty of the sin. And it's no difference. What was one of the others? Oh, you shall have no other gods before me. That's one of the 10 commandments. He meant it. He meant exactly what he said. You shall have no other gods before me. That means your job. That means your pastor. That means money. That means the beach. That means the boat you want. Whatever it is that has got more of your affection that you're worshiping, putting all of your energy into, when some of that belongs to God, has become an idol to you. And, oh, wherefore, O harlot, hear the words of the Lord. Ooh, isn't that harsh? But it's true. And I want you to know the truth so that the enemy can't rob you. Amen? Amen.